Right, hello everybody. So common problem on these Vectra Cs, and will affect some other cars as well, is when these switch units go bad. They will either almost completely stop working, or some of the buttons will work and some won't, or you will be able to make it work by pressing like really hard maybe, but if you just press lightly it won't work. So today we're going to show you how to fix that by cleaning the electrical contacts within the unit. Okay, so first step is to take out this switch unit, and for doing these sorts of jobs we've got this like just little old sort of screwdriver that we kind of prepared for these kind of jobs. Really, we kind of like used a little bit of sandpaper to kind of soften the edges, and also just give it, just sort of like knocked a little bit of a curve on it at the end. And because what you need to do is you need to sort of like prise the screwdriver into there and kind of like prise it gently as possible, kind of prise that unit out like that. So a little bit more at the top. You could use any old screwdriver really, but as you can imagine, if you're using like a bigger one with kind of rough edges, and maybe without that curve, you'd have to be doing it more forcefully, and chances are you're going to damage the door card and the switch. I mean, not damage it probably in the sense of it not working, but certainly going to ruin the aesthetics of your car. And also obviously be careful to prise against these parts here. Don't sort of prise up against the buttons, because then you're just going to rip the button off, and that's definitely not what you want to do. So once you got it to this stage, it's just a matter of pulling it out a little bit more, releasing the electrical connector, which I'm going to have to do after getting the camera out of the way, but it's pretty straightforward, and then we'll come back at the next stage. Okay, so I've just readjusted the shot there just so you can see what I'm doing with the releasing that connector. So first of all, push this like little tab in like that, then this bigger tab will then be able to be pulled up, and as it's pulling up, the switch will actually, or the connector will actually just come apart like that. Okay, so next, using a medium-sized Phillips screwdriver, remove these two screws. I think this screwdriver is slightly too big, I think, which is why I struggled to get started then, but okay, right. And then the second one. Okay, and then what you need to do is like gently go around and release. Again, I'm using the screwdriver from earlier on, a small screwdriver you want for this. Just gently like release all these little tabs. You want to be patient doing this, because you don't want to rush it, because obviously you don't want to break any of those tabs. As you saw initially, didn't look like I was making much progress, but just carried on, and now that side is out, so this side should now come out more easily. There it goes. So some of those bits and pieces might sort of fall out, but I'll explain to you how to put those back in a second, so don't worry too much about those. That just came off. Put those bits to one side, and then take these bits apart like that. Gently take this bit, which is just kind of made of rubber, away from the printed circuit board bit. Just comes apart like that. And basically the main bits that we're going to clean are these kind of like golden circles with the kind of electrical wire or whatever running inside them. Basically, we're going to use some electrical contact cleaner to clean those. These are the important ones, but whilst you've got it apart for good measure, it does make sense to clean this bit as well. But these are the important ones. So I'm just going to grab the electrical contact cleaner and some cotton wool buds, and we'll come back and do that. Okay, so we've got some electrical contact cleaner and some cotton wool buds. If you haven't got electrical contact cleaner, I think something like brake cleaner should work fine as well. Possibly something like carburetor cleaner or WD-40, but I'm guessing those won't work as well because ideally you want something that doesn't leave a residue. So electrical contact cleaner is best. So just easiest way to do it, just spray a little bit onto the cotton wool bud, and then just gently start cleaning, basically like so. Depending on how dirty it is, you might actually be able to see some dirt coming off, but actually if they visually look clean, don't sort of panic and think, this must not be the problem and it must be something else. Actually go through this cleaning process anyway, because sometimes they will actually visually look clean, but actually doing this will still sort out the type of problems we discussed earlier. So I won't bother showing you me doing all of this, but essentially this is what you need to do. So I'll carry on and do that and then come back when we are at the next stage. Okay, so we've cleaned all our contacts, so that's all done. The bit that came out of the case there was this bit here, so it's just a matter of putting it back like so. But one thing I would say is obviously when you're taking it apart, one, sort of take it apart as gently as you can, so that if you can avoid those bits falling out of the case, that's better. And also work on a nice sort of clean table or something, not sort of outside in the garden, in the grass or something like that, way so that if any of these bits do fall out, you don't want to lose them. So then it's just a matter of putting it back together. I'm guessing to somebody watching that might seem quite obvious, in which case, you know, that's it, you're done. But if anybody does want to see the reassembly process, I'm just gonna video it anyway. So first of all, it's line up this rubber bit with the circuit board bit the right way around, and then just gently just put that over in the correct place, and then line up this bit again in the correct orientation. Be careful not to try and put it in upside down. It's just a matter of just dropping this bit on top of it like that. At this stage you might just want to sort of apply a bit of finger pressure there and just try your buttons to make sure, you know, that they're feeling as they should do. You know, that's a good check to make sure you've kind of assembled it all together properly. Then get the casing bit, put that on again. Be careful to do it the right way around. See, I was holding it the wrong way around there. As you can see, these holes need to match up with this area where these terminals are. So just gently but firmly just sort of push that back into place like that. And then it's just a matter of putting these two screws back on, and then just putting it back on the car, which I will show you, but I won't bother showing you me putting the screws back on. Okay, so we're back at the car. So the electrical connector first. So push it on like that. You'll see that tab begins to move down pretty much by itself. Keep pushing it down. The connector will kind of reconnect itself effectively, and that's it. That's done. And then just push the switch back into place like that, and that's it. That's done, and that should sort things out. Okay, so just a quick test. The main problem with this on this car wasn't so much the window switches, but actually was these mirror switch. It was really difficult to make the mirrors move side to side and up and down. It actually wasn't working at all. They just wouldn't move up and down. But after that fix, as we hopefully are going to demonstrate, there you go. You can just press it really lightly, and the mirrors work completely fine. So that's a fix. So I hope if you've got a similar problem on certainly on one of these, and maybe some other cars as well, you know, this nice, cheap, easy, well, free effectively, apart from the contact cleaner and the cotton wool buds fix, will help you out. If it has helped you, please help us, and to encourage us to make more videos, and by clicking the like button and subscribing to us. It's free, of course. And if you want notifications of our videos, if you can click the bell icon as well, please. Okay, bye bye.